I could end this reign of bloodlust. I could save us all from a fate far worse than we are currently destined for. Mother Nature plans to send another rain of blood. The next time will be far worse than the previous, or it could save us all. Which of the two depends on me? I realize this is not making any sense. There is only one way we could end this war between humans and vampires. It would involve the death of all of my kind. I do not think a single vampire would agree to sacrifice themselves to save human lives. After all, most of us have grown accustomed to the feel of warm human blood against our lips, sweet to the taste. Why would we sacrifice ourselves to prevent that? It's not us who feel the pain of death, the fear of what's to come. For us, just another meal. Nothing more. The rain that will begin to fall the second the sun sets tonight will either be the undoing of us all or the salvation of humankind. From what I understand, if this rain touches our kind, we will lose our taste for blood, our hunger for death. We will lose all appetite to feed, a fate akin to anorexia. Yet, we will still require that blood to survive. Eventually, we will die of starvation. Humans who are touched by the rain will be enlightened. The instant the blood seeps through their pores, they will know the reason for the past 3 centuries of suffering. After that, it will be up to them to learn from that, or to be their own executioners. There is a way to convince all vampires to stand in the rain of their own free will. If this does not happen, if the rain misses just one of us, this saga will continue. Except this time, if the humans stand together, it is possible they will gain knowledge of our one weakness, a weakness we've been able to hide from them for so long now. The legends say that sunlight is our greatest weakness. That's a joke. Really, sunlight has the opposite effect on us, strengthening us for the nights of hunting. We merely choose to stay out of the sunlight when human eyes are prying, because it lends some credence to the claim that this is our weakness and stops them from searching for the real weakness, which I'm sure they'd find in time. In fact, our one true Achilles heel is none other than salt water. I'm not speaking of water with table salt thrown into it, although that, no doubt, would cause some discomfort. I'm speaking of salt water in its purest form, straight from the ocean. Seawater seems to dry our veins almost instantly, literally leaving us almost mummified in a matter of minutes. One unfortunate discovered this by accident not long after we were first changed. His friends lived to tell the story, which spread amongst our kind like wildfire. To date, not one human knows of this weakness. We guard our secret well. Somehow, Mother Nature's second shedding of her bloodied eyes will be the inspiration for humans to finally have the knowledge to kill us. Our immortality will then mean nothing. I now struggle with my conscience. I battle to decide. Thoughts whirl in my head. Do I become the cause of my entire race becoming extinct? Do I save the humans and forsake myself, my friends, and my lover? Do I let nature run its course and run the risk of eventually being killed off by enlightened humans? There is the chance that the humans will not embrace their newfound knowledge, that they will scoff at the thoughts in their heads and consider it another trick, another way to lead them off the right path. Mortality. Is that not the reason we were cursed this way in the first place? Our selfishness, our need to hurt others, and our sickening way of thinking that we can never do wrong? The sun has sunk lower since I first arrived to sit on my rock. I don't have much time left to decide. I'm torn between saving myself, waiting to see what happens if I do nothing, and saving the humans. Am I not still human after all? By saving them, will I not reclaim my humanity and perhaps save my soul from the torments of hell? A wolf howls somewhere far away. I cock my head to listen, trying to understand what it says. Of course, I can't comprehend it. I've never been able to understand animal language, though every time I hear a wolf howl, I almost expect to be able to do just that. A breeze caresses my skin, and I shiver as rain clouds move to cover every inch of our skies. The time is now. I must decide. I stand, unsteady on my feet, trembling inside. I know what I must do. I've known all along. I fear death as much as any human does, even more so, for I know my soul will be forever trapped in some dark, inescapable place. How could it not, after the countless lives I've taken in the last 3 centuries. Maybe, just maybe, I can redeem myself. About to do the deed, I hesitate one last time. It's occurred to me that if I do the right thing for the purpose of trying to save my own soul, I may, in fact, be acting selfishly anyway. I can't win this fight with destiny. No, I will do this anyway. I have to. I owe my deceased parents that much, at least. I killed them, you know. I gorged myself on their blood. They were my first meal. At the time, I couldn't control it. The urge for blood consumed me, and I reacted accordingly. I will never forget my father's expression when he walked in to find me with my teeth sunk into my mother's neck, her blood running down the front of my shirt, her dying body twitching in pain and shock. He didn't have long to grieve, though. I was still so very hungry and made short work of him. It was only after the bodies were cold that I realized what I had done. I owe this to them. I will do the right thing. For my mother, for my father. Shrugging my fears aside and shivering into the wind, I raise my arms out to either side, level with my shoulders. A keening erupts from my parched throat. Parched because I have not eaten in days. The feeling is similar to what humans feel if they do not get enough liquid into their bodies. My keening is soon answered by another, and then another. Soon the keening of my kind can be heard all over the countryside, spreading from one place to another. It's our language, which we were given along with our lust for blood. I keen out a message that is passed on from area to area. I seduce my fellow vampires with promises of more power, more freedom, more everything, if only they'd stand in the blood rain a second time. I don't stop to wonder how this message will cross continents. I know every vampire on the planet will sense the message. Answering keening tells me that they are seduced. I am respected and trusted in all circles, and they have, therefore, taken me at my word, not questioning why I am only telling them now at the 13th hour. Not questioning how I come by this knowledge. From my position high above the town in which I used to live, I see vampires coming out of hiding, standing in the open. Their faces are raised expectantly to the sky, greedy gleams in their eyes. My sharp eyes spot Carmilla amongst the crowd gathered down below. My lover, my solace in these hard times and my sanity. My heart aches for her. A fate I have chosen for her. She will die hating me for this. In her last moments she will know my promises were false. My heart cannot bear the pain of her looking upon me with betrayed eyes. A second choice awaits me, but I've already made it. I could hide in dry safety, or allow myself to die along with the others. If I hide, it will defeat the purpose of killing the rest. No, I will stand out here and allow Mother Nature to have her way with me too. It's twilight now. I silently weep for a soul lost, a life gone by. And for my parents. This is the first time I've wept for my loss. I am brought to my knees by the suppressed emotions of 3 centuries. The sun is setting. Still on my knees in penance, I once again raise my arms to the sky, this time high. I embrace my fate as the crimson rain washes the tears from my face. My death was a painful one. The end was faster than I thought it would be. Barely 15 minutes after the blood rain had soaked me, I began to feel as if rats were gnawing at my insides. Once again, thoughts of spontaneous combustion filled my mind as my veins raced with fire. The sensation was similar to that I had experienced when I was first changed, yet somehow cleansing this time. I could see my skin drying out before my eyes, slowly withering as it rendered me extinct. I wanted to be with Carmilla, to share her pain, to comfort her. I knew I couldn't. She knew it had been me who had brought this upon us. I couldn't stand to see the hate and pain of betrayal on her beautiful face. Instead, I stayed where I was. I suffered alone. I died alone. I was expecting to be flung into the fires of hell. Instead, I found myself surrounded by strange beings of light. The beings had no form to speak of, and I felt nothing but vibrations of peace. Faces flashed in my mind, the faces of my mother, my father, even my grandparents. Smiling faces, proud faces, forgiving faces. I had made the right choice. I had been saved from my fate. Sadly, I found Carmilla's face nowhere. Crimson Rain by Vanessa Finity, as narrated by Stephen Mittler. voice.darlamittler.com. To connect with Vanessa and to discover more of her writing, visit www.vanessafinitybooks.co.za www.vanessafinitybooks.co.za. Crimson Rain has caught the attention of Paul Kendall of K3 Books, who has offered to adapt the story into a stage play for the UK market. Look out for updates on this. Thanks again, Paul.